experience. And would you please answer? Because I wonder your Chinese name. You like your Chinese name?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. What's your Chinese name? Your given name is?
My last name.
Yes, given name.
Given name.
Xiao. Zhi is
Wisdom and
pride.
pride. Yeah.
Okay. Why you sometimes like it, sometimes you don't like it?
Because it's
What is you?
mainly doing things smoothly and it goes with me for many times, but many years. So I like it sometimes.
So if you have chance, you want to change another name?
To be honest, I'm not a superstitious person, but if I was facing that situation, I supposed to ask him for my parents' permission, and if they permit, I supposed to change my name.
Okay, yeah. So it's different, different answer. Okay, now let's welcome Michael to deliver his C3 speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
Postmaster members, have you ever insisted in your dream, which you had been deeply believed, or you used to easily break a dream just because a little frustration? These are interesting questions. In my ages, there weren't too many obstacles that I had encountered before so far. But Chester, instead, is the vocalist of Linkin Park, which is the band that is one of my favorite, just like Michelle. Yeah. And he has gone through even more tough than me. When he was the same age as me, sexual abuse, discrimination comments are full of his life, and as misery as could be. But eventually, he's standing on his big stage and creates several consolation melody and household songs. So also accompany me with many of my lonely and desolate nights. So once I got discouraged also, couldn't keep going on something, I would definitely listening to their music. It's another story that is much closer to my life. I used to acquainted with a middle-aged adult that is met at a casual occasion. He liked to talking with teenagers exceptionally. Just by so, I gradually realizing he's been up and running a considerable trendy clothes store. Due to his working environment, he kept a closer distance with teenagers. So I got discussing with him for a while. And much to my surprise, he used to be a gangster, a hooligan, or we commonly say a little rascal. His father had disowned him. He felt ashamed with this good-for-nothing son. He simply couldn't believe his family would have such a disgrace for a son. Many years has gone by. Society experiences has sharpened him to be more mature. And he often urged me, everything couldn't be success without determination. Even a job like his, which is often looked upon as a casual, flaring, colorful job, is absolutely a tough one. Those who always empty vessels make the most sound will never reach the height of the peak of achievements. They really inspired me a lot. And here's another story. Long time ago, there was an elephant that was bound by the shackle at his feet since he was young in a zoo. He's been struggling to escape, but due to his lack of strength, he's never made it. After he growing up, there's a conflagration, a big fire break out in the zoo. Everyone was evacuated by the elephant. since he has always thought that he couldn't escape from the prison. It was deeply implanted in his mind, so he failed to try and burned to death on the spot. Once again, another inspiration and encouraging story. Toastmaster members, I feel like to ask you a question. When you confront a difficulty like the elephants, what would you do?
Wrong.
Okay, let's come back to here. When I was a little boy, we were often asked to write compositions on topics that began with mine, such as my dad. My dad had a kind heart underneath his stern exterior. My mom had a pair of rough hands. My ambition, I wanted to be a president, a spaceman, a teacher, blah blah blah, and so forth. And when I was in junior high, I was indulged in internet cafe and playing game. I wanted to devise those of fascinating game by myself in some day. When I was in senior high, I was even like to exercising. Shot hoop with my friend drastically, swung a heavy punch at a ball in the field near the park. We seemed to look like spirited and invincible, and we had time to be more impassioned and passionate that time. And we seemed to be more conservative, look like protect ourselves from the same mistake we have done now instead. So, including myself, I was so regret that I wasn't attend to assemble a band that my friends invited me to when we were at the university. And I should have learned an instrument at least. And I pondered that I won't lose the chance this time. Another chance, my friends call me again. And moreover, I tend to keep in good body shape and play the music with my friends, do my best on my duty, and be more adept in my English ability before my military service. Ladies and gentlemen, many theories you have heard before, like facing the difficulty with ease and grace and catch up those goals with determination. In that case, you must look like that spirited and invincible young guy that you used to be. Thank you, everybody.
I think Michael improved a lot. Yeah, compared to his previous speech, I see his smile and his body language. And when he shared his personal experience, he puts on emotion in it. And we also get inspired from his speech. And my next